Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome back, everybody. We keep going with the idea of the possible reaction on the strong support area. So we discussed this last week and this week as well. And we can see that, well, market at least is making some initial steps in this direction. So it's trying to show the response, feeling the support of this being really big level. So that is actually the first attempt. Now we just keep going with it, since we discussed the possible ways of the position taking, and today we provide some updates on the current situation. But at the same time, you should know that since this is really big monthly support, the reaction on this level might be endured in time, if of course we won't get some direct downside breakout. But market could flirt around this level, forming nothing actually interesting, showing some wobbling action before retracement starts. So it could take some time. Currently we stand with the first attempt of the market to show this, but it absolutely doesn't mean that it will be the first one will be successful and no one else will follow after that. So we should also be prepared for that scenario. And if you have taken position in the levels that we have discussed, it doesn't mean that market right now should keep going higher. It would be perfect if it will happen, and we'll start getting this hand shoulders pattern as we suggested. But you should also be prepared for possible some difficulties in this performance, because retracement is always a bit tricky thing. It has no direction, it's a bit choppy, and well, it's lots of some failing swings inside of the possible retracement. So now on the daily chart you could see that trend has turned bullish. This led us to consider divergence once again, but this time this divergence has a meaning because the XOP finally has completed. So divergence itself between these lows and that lows theoretically suggests taking out of this top by classical technical analysis school, which is actually looks great and absolutely natural for suggestion of the hand shoulders. So if market will form hand shoulders, it means that it should reach the neckline, right? So and challenge to the top. From that standpoint of view, everything stands great. Right on the bottom, we have candlestick pattern. So this is, as you could see, actually morning star 3 candle pattern, right? So it doesn't mean that its price will keep going right there, but at least it's some bullish sign. And usually the minimum target of this pattern is a kind of the ABC to the upside based on the length of the pattern itself. It works very similar to the engulfing on lower time frames. So that's probably all that we could say currently about the daily chart. On lower time frame, market meantime is coming to resistance area. So on the full time frame chart you could see 103.35, 103.48. This is conference resistance. And probably, since we do not see yet some strong activity, something really inspiring, market shows relatively gradual action. On the full time frame chart we have another divergence, by the way. So suggesting the moving to the 104.35 area, which is also could be good, because actually this is the another hand shoulders that we are watching for. But first, and today we probably will be dealing with this level. It suggests at least pullback, which could give you a chance for taking the long position again. Of those who haven't taken but think about this, that would be another chance. But at the maximum, it might be resistance that will push price back to the lows. It's also possible. We do not know yet. So if you have long positions, you should think about what you will do with them either protection or total close, partial close, and protection for the rest. So here's you have to make some decision right there because of the coming to the resistance. On the hourly chart, we could see that to the upside we also have the ABCD pattern with the target supposedly around 103.40, which is perfectly agrees with the same area, right? Stands right inside of it, and creating the agreement with this resistance, which is make this level even stronger. So that's potential target. If you have longs, then it probably makes sense to think about what you're going to do next, especially if you trade on lower time frames. That was our the entry. It was not as deep as we thought, just because here is a bit higher top than we considered in the morning, but the shape holds pretty nice. So indeed we've got this ABCD pattern that we discussed, and then upward action started. If you're a scalp trader and you consider contour trend trades, you also could keep an eye on the current situation, because once market will complete the OP, or maybe not complete, you could start watching for some scalp short patterns here. For instance, it might be the hand shoulders, right? So it might be shoulder, head to the OP. Now the shoulder market could trigger some pullback here to the downside. So that's some setups that we could get in today, tomorrow sessions. Currently, we probably will consider first 102.75 support, just because you also here could recognize kind of the hand shoulders pattern, right? It's small, shoulder is not very clear, it's not right absolutely evident, but still you could identify the shape. And the bottom of the left arm suggests that it should be somewhere around 102.65, 102.75, somewhere in this area, maybe 50% supported. So that will be the first level that we start watching after the pullback starts for a possible second entry. That also should be your target if you will intend to trade market on the short side with the dropping out from the confluence on the 4 time frame chart. That towards what we have on the euro currency. Situation is not really difficult. Everything absolutely clear here. Patterns, we are familiar with all these patterns and stuff. So on the British pound situation, very similar. So on the intraday charts, you could see that we have the same shape. Here's more evident downside pullback was that we have considered yesterday. If you remember this pattern, we said keep an eye on the possible same retracement. This probably market next could start our prediction, but the shape on the daily chart, on the 4 time frame chart, looks a bit more bearish. It's not really, it's a bit slower action on the daily chart. It's like kind of a tight consolidation with the multiple hammers, and something reminds that's kind of the flag. And here we should recall that here we have also the OP target right there. Currently, Great British Pound and Euro currency theoretically could move different, just because in United Kingdom it might be some statement could be made concerning the budget, some situation with the deficit, with the yields, and so on. And that could trigger some isolated action, independent action on the Great British Pound. But for now, you can see that in general, as on the euro currency, as on the Great British Pound, performance of the market stands the same. So if you have taken long position yesterday, you also could think about the protection. Move stops to the break-even at least, or even close some part of the position to get some really cash in the pocket and keep the rest for the break-even protection and so on. But for now, despite that, overall price action doesn't look really, well, really fascinating. Still, market is trying to move higher, is on the euro, is on the cable, and we're just will follow the same scenario until we will not get the clear signs of its failure. Besides, on the cross-market analysis, if you take a look, for example, on the yields, we do not see any upward continuation. Yes, yields are not dropping, the stands tight, but at the same time, we do not have some kind of the breakout, stands in a tight range. While on the dollar index, we still have some pullback, which is actually supportive for the euro and for the cable. Well, that probably enough for current moment. Take care of yourself. See you next time.